How you doing, folks? Jim Hickey, also known as at Bass Fishing Tips on Twitter, back to you with another quick tip on fishing this cool to cold water period. And actually, technically, it could be used anytime. This time of year, one of the baits that's very often effective is a simple minnow bait, jerkbait. Especially a suspending jerkbait, because you can be retrieving it, get it down to its desired depth, pause it, and it's basically going to hang in the water column. And often, that hanging motion, just slightly twitching in the current, will get those stubborn, cold, wintry bass to come up and strike it, especially smallies. Now, I'm about to start refishing finally in 2016, and my first trips are going to be out to some rivers that are starting to open up, rivers that have smallmouth in them. And I know that in the past, sometimes when using a jerkbait, especially one of the larger jerkbaits, which is what I'm going to start out doing because that's the size of the bait fish this time of year, um, there's a problem in that sometimes the hookup ratio isn't so great. And yeah, we can do things like add tails to the feather tails to the back treble hooks, which I will do on a couple of the baits that don't have them. But I was watching a video by a guy by the name of Jeff Little, who's down and fishes the waters of the Susquehanna and that area in Pennsylvania mainly. And he said during the winter, one of his favorite things to do with jerkbaits is because sometimes, when you think of a jerkbait, minnow shaped bait, especially the larger sizes, if that fish, depending on where it is, comes in and hits it from the top, when you go to set the hook, you might just actually pull it away from them because they're not actually going to get the hooks in them. They may not have a firm grip. So what he started to do was actually to add some scent. Now, I use scent on soft plastics all the time, but I'll be honest, I'm not really a big scent person on hard baits. I just think usually they're moving too quick, and from the scent aspect, I guess other than the fact you might be masking any of your smells, but this time of year I don't worry about that so much. Um, I just never saw the reasoning for it. But what he says is he started to apply scent to the sides and the back of the bait, okay, in order to get it so that when the fish actually does that, when he takes it from the back, especially smallies that have relatively small mouths compared to largemouth, when he goes to set the hook, that helps the bait slide as opposed to just pull out, slide down the length of it, therefore interacting with the hooks, particularly on the end. So his hookup ratio tends to increase. Now, again, I'm not a big scent person on hard baits, and dealing with the scents that I usually use, like smelly jelly, either the paste or the liquid during the winter. The liquid wouldn't be too bad, but it kind of comes off quickly. I'd prefer to use the paste, especially where I'm putting on hard baits. Who wants to do that when you're wearing gloves potentially, right? But something I was recently introduced to are some stick scents from JB Sauce, okay, JB's Fish Sauce out in Minnesota. He actually produces two forms of stick. One is a deodorant style stick, kind of shaped like a deodorant pack. The other one is a lip balm type of scent. Open these things up just like your deodorant. There it is on the bottom. There's a little screw on the top. The scent. Oh, that's definitely baitfish. And there's a little knob down here on the bottom so you can get to scroll out. So you can take that, apply that scent to the sides and top of your jerkbaits or whatever bait you want to put it on, and don't have to worry about the fact that you're wearing gloves. So I've just recently been introduced to JB's Fish Sauce, and what I can tell so far is all the scents smell exactly like what they're supposed to. Baitfish smells like baitfish. Crawfish smells like crawfish. The lip balm I showed you was a coffee. They have a garlic. They have an anise. Then I guess they have a couple other ones. But I'm really excited because now I've got a bait, a scent, a way to apply it, still wear my gloves, and not freeze my hands off. Anyways, just kind of a quick tip that I thought I'd share with you. Something to keep in mind. I'll be doing this real soon, and I'll tell you how it works. Have a great day.